I wonder. Yeah, okay, cool. So the stream can hear the click. Good. Man, this latency is a fucking killer. I'll tell you that much. All right. God, how do I even tell if there are people in the stream? I feel awkward because it's like I'm talking to myself, but I don't know if I am. It says there's one concurrent viewer. Is that me? Person, if you're in here, say something in the chat so I know I'm not just crazy. There's a shitload of latency, which is very frustrating. I don't know how to deal with that with the audio setup that I've got, so probably won't be playing stuff in as much as I would like. This might be a bit of a manual programming sort of stream, which I don't know, might be a bit tedious to watch, but I don't know. This stream's more for me than it is for you guys, so fuck you, I guess. I don't mean that. I love you guys. Thank you. Okay. I want 16th notes. Oh god, articulating this is I do not like manual programming because it's so hard to just like get the feel and adjusting the velocities and stuff. It's the worst. See if I can sort of mimic some ghost notes with this here EP Lounge Lizard. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's kind of a cool starting point for now. Let's see what that sounds like down an octave. Gotta fix up the timing. Do I do that now or do I do that later? Fuck, I hate it. Is it late? Is it early? What's going on? I guess I think I naturally feel the I think I might feel the ease, the first 16th notes of a 4-note grouping. I might naturally just feel them a little bit early. Alright, so I guess that's one thing about manually programming stuff is I guess it forces you to be really hyper aware of I guess where you're drawing the notes versus how you're feeling them. Because that's definitely something that I really struggle with. So maybe it's actually something that I should do more of just to kind of get a more, I guess, intellectual understanding of how I feel rhythm and stuff. Alright. You know, for sketching purposes, that'll do for now. I'm just going to create a bit of a loop. What did I just fuck up there? Cool. Guess I'll just make a loop out of that for now, and then I think I'm gonna try and synthesize some drums. I think that's the next thing on the agenda. There's a fucking, you know what? I'm gonna link it in the chat. This dude named AU5, who is an amazing electronic music producer. And he's made this super cool tutorial about synthesizing, making drum sounds out of with a synthesizer, which is pretty wild. I've kind of expanded upon the stuff that's in that video a little bit, but yeah, it's fun. I like doing it. And it's a little bit weird for people who may not understand what's going on, and I frankly cannot be bothered explaining it super in depth right now because there's a lot going on. I'll try to just talk through my thought process as I kind of go through it, I guess, and hope that is helpful to someone. Hey, 2 concurrent viewers in the stream at the moment. Can you type something into the chat for me just to let me know that I'm not a fucking alone crazy person? Alright, so first of all, we want something that it's going to simulate kind of like the note of a drum. So I'm just going to pull up a basic shape here. Maybe a sine or a square or a triangle or something. Where's my basic shapes? Should also get my Pro Q2 up. Alright, so you kind of generally a good starting point for a snare note, like kind of the note that a drum would produce, is sort of around the 200 hertz mark. So say a lot of people, it seems. I've had success with it as well, so we'll start there. So I want to make this really short. So I'll turn the sustain all the way down. Might just pull the attacked it just down enough that it's got a little bit of a transient there, and then I'm gonna play around with the decay, so it kind of sounds like a percussion-y sort of thing. Oh, hey Petra, how you doing? Well, right now I'm making a snare drum sound with a synthesizer. We'll see how this goes. So I'll start there. I've got something that kind of sounds vaguely like some pitched percussion. Next, we are going to want to add some noise. You can already see that's kind of where that's going. That's headed in a vaguely drumsy sort of direction. Now, something that I learned from a producer named Virtual Riot, who also has some sick videos on YouTube that explain really smartly how to do shit. You kind of... actually, that's not what I wanted. let's remove that. You can use your LFOs here, low frequency oscillators, to kind of move the pitch of the noise around, and the drum as well, probably. I'm gonna set this so it's only moving one direction. So I'm gonna mess around a little bit here with just automating the pitch of alright, that's too much. I mean, that's a fun sound, but maybe not necessarily what we want for the purposes of this. Maybe I want some independent control over... look, I'm already thinking too much. And I haven't spoken in a while. So anyways, I'm just going to keep messing around with some stuff. I'll try to move quickly. I think that's part of the reason why I want to do some streamy shit, is to try and encourage myself to not get bogged down and just kind of make decisions and move fast. So let's try that. Let's turn on our OTT here. There you go. With a little bit of compression, that's already kind of sounding a lot more snare drummy. I don't really, if I'm being honest, don't really fully understand what these controls actually do. That's not the right reverb for this job, so I'm going to turn that off. Gonna go to trusty old Valhalla Room, which is fucking epic reverb. Seems pretty cool. I feel like I want to add another compressor to it, just to kind of bring out the punch, the attack just a little bit more. So I'll set the attack kind of slow. soft clipping there. Kind of sounds like a snare kind of already. So maybe you'll just fucking roll with that. Who cares? Phone's going off. I should probably check if that's important. It is important. Excuse me for a second. Anyway, sorry about that. Cool. You know what? That'll do for now. I'm kind of trying to get used to the process more than anything else at the moment. So I'm not going to fixate too hard on trying to find the sounds that I necessarily want. But I do have to resample this into its own thing. So set that to resample. To record. Oh shit. Fucking click. Shut up. All right. Let's try and get this guy into a sampler, some description. I'll probably mess around with this sound a little bit more once I kind of load it into my drum rack. And once I kind of start to hear how it actually functions as a drum. You know what? Add just a little bit of sizzle to it. That could be nice. And maybe even. Oof. Hello. Now we're talking. Add some. I want it added sitting at around a D, I guess. No. Fuck, that's ludicrous. Actually, that's too much. I can't do that. Man, Drum Bus is an absolutely ridiculous plugin, hey. It gives you so much control over so many important details. It almost feels a little bit like cheating. Alright, let's go with that and let's resample that again into its own thing. Both those to record. Whoa, actually, that's not what I want. Just that one. Cool. That's our snare drum, I reckon. And I'm curious what happens if I use these together. Got some weird phasing and shit. That's alright. So I'm just going to call this track Snare Tinkering. Anytime I want to tinker around with snare drums and do like resampling and all that sort of stuff, I'll do it on this track here. This I'll just call resampling, and then everything I resample will just go into that track. Cool. That was snare 1. What should I call this song? The first thing that someone types in the chat will be what this song is called. I gotta trying to make an effort to keep all my projects and stuff organized, so I actually can have some small fighting chance at unpacking whatever the fuck is going on next time I open the session. So one of the 3 concurrent viewers, could you please just like tell me what this project is called? I see you in there. YouTube's telling me. Unless I'm actually like totally not paying attention to the right thing at all, in which case I'm just a... Where it says concurrent viewers, surely. You know what? I'm even just going to open this stream in YouTube and see what it looks like on the other end. Huh. Okay, so it appears that I'm not... unless you just wrote it. Okay, cool. All right. Hey, Liam. Which Liam are you? And Flat Fungus it is. Save this as beats. Oh god, there's so much shit here which is just like nowhere even close to anything resembling actual music. But that's cool. I'll dig back into some of that stuff later and be like, what the fuck were you thinking? And hopefully I'll make something cool out of it one day. Alright, now I'm gonna create a new... Liam! Fuck! How you doing, man? Yeah, so I'm going to create a new folder in my user library in Ableton here, and I'll call it... Where did I... Flat Fungus. Okay, and I'll create a subfolder in that called Snares. And then this guy can kind of just live in there. And then I kind of just have ready access to that in this session whenever I want, and also in any other session. So, which is super helpful for, like, you know, if I'm kind of going through, you know, if I'm just like making another tune or whatever, and I was just like, fuck, what was that thing that I did in like that song? It makes it really easy to kind of just like reference your own material and stuff, which, you know, I haven't been doing this long enough for that to truly be useful yet. I don't do it frequently enough for that to have been truly useful yet, but just trying to get in good habits, I guess. Anyways, so I got a snare. Now I need a kick. So I'm gonna just get rid of all that. And gonna go back to my serum here. And then I'm gonna try and make a kick drum. Alright, noise off. I should turn all these effects off as well. Now I kind of want this to match the sort of, vaguely at least match the key that I'm in, which I believe is E. D. So fucking what? Should really just have a cheat sheet of like, notes and frequencies and stuff. Which notes are at which frequencies. But what's the fundamental here? Alright, so that's about 108 hertz ish. Fuck that off. Don't need you. Need you. I'll load my Pro kind of just using the this EQ as like a spectrogram more than anything else. I'm sure there's an easier way, but so yeah, that's what I got to be careful of. I got to be careful of how it's doing the pitch thing here. Actually, I should just go ahead and remove all of that because I'm going to approach it very differently. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this take a super sharp dive in the pitch right at the start. I'm just going to set that to only going one way. And there, you can already see that like that on its own, just that dive at the start kind of creates a transient. And then obviously because you're just synthesizing a super low frequency note with a that only lasts for what is that, about 40 milliseconds or 130 milliseconds all up. Already kind of sounds like a bit like a kick drum, which is pretty cool. Oof. Alright, so I'm maybe gone a bit overboard with the... Just trying to find the right note here. I guess I don't actually fully understand how I'm affecting the pitch right now, so I should just stop fucking around and actually think about what I'm doing here. Alright, how did I get to like 108 before? Have I messed something up here? Have I kind of changed the pitch of... whatever. Again, getting too bogged down. I gotta get rid of that click on the note release. Fuck it. That already kind of sounds pretty kick drummy. Cool. Now I'm just going to throw some effects and stuff on it. So, always just some kind of distortion. Not too much though. Cool. And then I'll just whack this drum bus. Actually, let's glue compressor it. What's going on here? Sorry. Just fucking getting messages and shit. Anyway. What was I doing? Compression. Yeah, okay. So first I'm gonna just make sure that it clips this compressor a little bit. Just to kind of bring out just a little bit of that snap. That's pretty thumpy. I like that. Alright, let's do some more stuff to it. You know what? Let's resample it first, and then throw some compression and other stuff on there. I feel like that'll kind of just be logistically a bit easier. Alright, so I'm going to do this. Solo my serum. Should also... Oh, no, that's fine. Yep, we're cool. If anybody interested, I'm sort of playing stuff in with an Ableton Push 2, which is a fucking sick unit. Cool. I can kind of see my stream moving if I'm looking at it in the if I'm watching it in a separate window at the moment, and yeah, good stream. It looks nice. All right. Anyway, let's trim that just down to a single thing. I gotta remember to fucking consolidate clips as well, which is to say, make sure that I render the clips so that, like, it's just to create a new file that is just like what I have here and none of the other stuff that I've edited out, which retains before you until you consolidate it. All right, fuck you off. Take you out of solo. Take you out of record. All right, now let's start fucking with this thing. Let's call this kick tinkering, and I'll put you down there. Cool. Now some things that we can do. Obviously compression, like I kind of started doing before. Just like that. So again, I want to set the attack pretty slow, I think. And then just want to make sure I turn soft clipping on. And yeah, kind of just make sure that the clipping on this glue compressor kind of brings out the transient a little bit, just adds a little bit of snap, which is pretty fucking cool. It's maybe a bit much, actually. And then I'm going to add probably an OTT. Actually, I'm doing that the wrong way around. I truly don't understand how this works. But it does cool shit. So I'll make the mids kind of die out pretty quick. Yeah, I don't want the low end to go too long, but very non-committal right now. Cool. That kind of sounds like a drum. Oof, filthy. Okay, I gotta look at a spectrogram again. Where am I sort of sitting? What is that? At 40, 41 hertz-ish or whatever. I mean, that's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna resample that again, and that can be my kick drum. Let's also copy that guy into our Flat Fungus user library. Okay. Kick one. Oh, fuck. I just called that folder Flat Fungus, which is the name of the thing, not the name of the sample. Alright. Now, let's see what this sounds like once I add a drum rack. Just load these guys in here. Oh, whoops. I also want the snail. I want the snail drum. That snare is kind of pretty naff now that I'm sort of actually hearing it again, having had some space from it. So that can just definitely be placeholder for now. Even call this shit drums. Alright. Move this over here so I have space away from my sketch pad so I can, you know, have count-ins and all that stuff. Probably helps if I turn on the click. This fucking latency. Forgot about that. So look, I'm probably just going to have to draw these notes in, which is fine. Oh, clipping like mad. I gotta do a better job at fucking managing my gain structure. I'm super not good at that, but for right now I don't really care. Cool. Four on the floor for sure. All right, I'm gonna take a bit of a breather there. I'm just gonna have a quick shiggy break. Just have a quick shiggy break, guys. And then I'm probably gonna jump back on Facebook Live, just to sort of compare the experience. So far, I'm really digging that the latency on YouTube is a lot smaller, which is super handy. Makes interacting a lot easier. But having said that, my reach with YouTube amongst my circle of friends was much greater on Facebook. So I might bring it back there, or I might not come back at all. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, been kind of making music for an hour, and this is what I have to show for it. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm pretty stoked that I'm kind of getting to a point where I can make my own sounds and stuff. It's really quite inspiring. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Thanks for anyone who kind of joined. Thanks for any sort of persistent viewers. No thanks to anyone who didn't talk in the chat. It made me feel real lonely. No, thank you guys as well. You guys are great. Alright, I'm out. Peace.